What the heck? I just realized that because of the recent Windows update, um, my audio source changed. So let me just do a quick test. Whoops. Quick test, quick test. Whoops. Quick test, quick test. Quick test. Oops. Quick test, quick test. I've been streaming for just a little over an hour and test, quick test. I just realized that the audio wasn't even for the mic wasn't even set. So it was muted, technically muted the whole time. What the heck? My bad. I've been streaming for just a little over an quick test, quick test. Okay, we're good now. I'm bad about that. So the Windows update, it screwed up my audio, number one, and then number two is that OBS froze for whatever reason, and it wouldn't switch to scenes. So like it was stuck on intermission, although on the stream it looks like normal. I don't know what's going on there, so I just restarted it. Should be set now, but the YouTube automatically detected copyrighted music, so it paused stream on the YouTube side. So I'm gonna switch to DMCA free music. Unfortunately, but whatever, it is what it is.
When I'm ready and not before.
Delightful death. The judgment of innocence made manifest. delightful death.
You and what is that?
Intelligence or dexterity?
The
Try
cockroach.
dexterity.
Dash. Goodbye. What is it? Need some help? See you.
The gem you tread carefully.
I need a cold and lightning ring.
Be careful.
Oops. Alright, I'll be back in like 30 minutes. I gotta
Be careful.
eat. Alright, let me switch back to PoE music. Alright, playlist. That's the reason why I have game OSTs and this on YouTube music. This sort of, I wouldn't say music group, it's more like just like a group of creators that put together their song and under one like, or they just share it into, and then this like group they sort of put it together. It's all DMCA / copyright free. Obviously it's generic and it doesn't have much vocal in it, but it I mean, it's free music. Anyways, I'll be back.
Your favorite TV shows are on YouTube. Enjoy the latest releases. Get Max, Paramount Plus, Stars, and more. Find your favorite movies and TV on YouTube. With YouTube Music Premium, listen to your favorite songs ad-free. Download music and podcasts to listen offline or on the go. Enjoy thousands of customized playlists and radio stations. And jam to music when your screen is off or while using other apps. There's more to discover with YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free.
That's
Purify you in flame, horror of nightmare.
Oh, my wounds ail me. I must away.
My place is a dark side. Emperor must know precisely where he stands.
Looking for the plum. I'll do the library after.
There's more to love with YouTube Music Premium. Listen to ad-free songs and discover new podcasts anytime, anywhere. Try 1 month free.
When I'm ready and not before.
Is it all the way back here? It's gotta be to the bottom right. Oh? What?
When I'm ready, and
Found it. Whoa.
What is it? Watch yourself.
Goodbye.
Oh, I wonder if I
What is
can.
it?
Can I combine these? Oh, level 36. That's 3 more away. Keep that with me. Let's see. I love orchestral slash neoclassical slash epic music.
What is it?
Sane. Doomed to go.
What is it? Yes. No.
35.
Watch yourself.
To 526. $552.
Watch yourself. Die.
At least I get to save the essence for now.
Watch yourself. Die.
This one takes a little bit while to build up. There was more, I think there was a better version of the Skyrim theme that from this artist. Let's see. I don't know if that one is considered fully transformed. Okay. Oops, my bad. Max life. If you have at least 6 life masteries, increase max life. There are no life modifiers to equip body armor. Count has on full life while 90% of max life or above. Low life while at 55% of max life or below. I'll think about that one. I can try to do this where you count as low life while at 55% of max life or below. And then put pain attunement on. But I think for right now I need a lot of regen first to be able to do that. I need a lot of AS regen. And then I can probably do that sort of low life. But not yet.
choose to fight if you dare. This will be easier if you choose to fight if you dare. This is bliss.
When I'm ready and not before.
Ah, you win, but you'll regret refusing.
Hunt or be hunted, exile! Great hunt, exile! I now will write a mighty poem.
Ah. Trying to head to the Ebony Barracks. Let's go back.
I shall purify you in flame, whore of nightmare. I fought for God. Who do you fight for, exile?
Alright, I'm here now. Okay, let's see. Let's just go back to okay, we'll do that. It's a fairly new album. I don't know how to explain PGN music. It's just a mixture of different artists. It's like a compiled list of DMCA and copyright free music from different creators put together.
When I'm ready and not before.
You'll find no fate here. Keita made sure of that. Make your choice. God does not care for you. Your end come! Fine, it's yours. Never liked it anyway.
How did I sidestep that? I didn't even like try.
Hello.
You either master
Be on your guard.
when I'm ready and not before.
Should be on Grand Life Flash. Once I hit level 36. Couple of Ragrats. Oops. Dashed the wrong way.
Hold still.
I've never seen that.
You're not Kayakson, are you? I'd hate to have to be nice. What'll it be then? Start running! If you're that desperate, have it.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Hold still now.
Don't miss this WNBA season, live with YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Of all the worlds you could have conquered, you had to choose mine. Such power wasted on a feeble imagination. It's too late.
Oh, handle this yourself for the moment.
you.
I loved your work, Piety. It was you I wasn't very fond of.
I thought there was a recipe over here. Guess not.
Goodbye.
Right. You're looking sharp. You stay out of this. Good luck.
Two, 4, 6, 7 stats, but all very like low stats.
Quiet. Goodbye.
Yes. Yes. See you.
This one was a little bit of a nail on the chalkboard. Sounds like something you would come up with on FL Studio or something. It's too much highs and too much like really screechy or high pitched notes on there.
Need something?
Decisions have consequences, you know.
You stand
do this.
before the gates of the Lord's labyrinth.
Wait, I need chill music
Within
for this.
these walls, the lady
I need chill music for this. It's hard to concentrate. Okay.
will be given the loyalty and love of an empire.
Man, my playlist today is all over the place.
Awaits you. Choose wisely.
I still can't believe you're gonna see on either Twitch or YouTube the first VOD is gonna be like me completely muted and it's just all music. YouTube is probably gonna be blocked and on Twitch is gonna be all like just completely muted. Oh lordy.
The goddess is watching.
Whatevs. But yeah, my mic wasn't on for the first hour. 'Cause I did a Windows update today, and on OBS it always presets the input source. So the mic was technically not enabled in OBS. God damn it. Oh well.
Oh, my wound ail me. I must away.
Ow. Ow. I don't need that. I think the biggest thing for me is just get the maps like a month behind. I think I needed that. Need one of these. I can just combine that with the vendor. I need to full link everything. Like everything here needs to be replaced. From the weapons all the way to the body armor.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path.
Just gonna put this all here for now.
An emperor is only as efficient as those he commands. To command is to act.
Ooh. I took the full hit from that.
You are convinced. Only one of your lessons was completed, Ascendant.
What's this? I think that's a silver kid. Oh, portal shredder. I'll take it. It's gonna be fun. Oh, 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 oh. That was scary. Ow. Stood right underneath it. That was dangerous. I took so many hits from this spike thing and the razor blades. Treasure key. I don't know if I'll go for the use of a key. I think it'd be not worth it.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay. Let's just go the other route. See if it's safer. Sweet.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. The emperor beckons, and the world attends. Give no quarter. By the goddess, what ambition! This empire remains filled with emperors in waiting.
Okay, let's see. Dead end. Oh, I should have kept the chance orb with me. Or at least the transmute orb. Dead end. It's one of those time
When I'm
things.
ready, and not before.
Just had to wait until the next thing. Go in this door. Ah, I walked right into it. Playing this so sloppy. have decent gas speed. I'm surprised I'm able to still at least focus a little bit after, you know, getting off work. Usually I'm like completely like out of it after work, but probably has to do with the caffeine that energy drink that I had. So it's gonna wear off though. I'm hoping that it crash by like 10.
A locked door merely encourages curiosity.
I just want to be able to like knock out and not wake up. So I think the thing that is like, I think I could deal with like sleep that is shortened. Like for example, if my average how do you say, sleep hour is like 8 hours or so, and I'm, you know, end up with 6. I can still deal with that, but if it's like, okay, I have a full 8 hours of sleep, but then I wake up to use the bathroom and can fall back asleep, that's usually what causes me to wake up feeling tired. It's because I think if anything, interrupted sleep for me is always the most biggest cause of me feeling fatigued. So I don't know how people do it, where they're able to time when they drink like water right before going to sleep in a way where it, you know, you don't really need to like wake up. Just use the bathroom. I mean, eventually you're gonna have to, right? If you're sleeping for 4 hours, I don't know how long it takes for water to pass through the body, but I mean, at some point halfway through, you're gonna wake up, want to use the bathroom, because you have to.
Any mystery
and
can be unlocked if one has the right key.
For me, it takes a while for me to go back to sleep. The other thing is, if I take a peek at my phone and then it's like, I think the blue light or whatever causes me to be awake again. Because I would, you know, I would check the time and then end up going on like YouTube or Reddit, and then I'm like, oh shit, I can't go back to sleep now. So I open my phone. The bad, you know, obviously bad habit of mine. I also hate it when I'm like, you know, I gotta wake up and this bathroom like 1 hour before my shift starts. I'm like, shit, man. Now I can't even. As soon as I wake up to use the bathroom, I cannot go back to sleep. My body's like, as soon as I get up, I'm up. Even if I were to like lay back down and close my eyes, like, I'm awake again. Like, you hate that? I think one time I got up at like 5, and then okay, I got up at 5, I went back to sleep, I woke up at 6:40, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall back asleep until 8, which is, you know, start of my shift. I'm like, oh. I think the thing that kept me out is because I ended up opening my phone to check the time, and then impulsively like opened YouTube or Reddit, read the news, and then I'm like, oh, nah, I can't fall back asleep. Like shit, man, I gotta just put the phone on my desk and not, you know, not open it. As soon as I hit the bed at 10, I just cannot, you know, gotta put the phone away. Like that's for a lot of people though. Phone truly is a distraction, but then again, it's like, why am I even on my phone? I don't know. When I get bored, I read like Reddit,
When I'm ready and not before.
and then I get bored of that, and then I watch YouTube. When I get bored of that, I go back on Reddit. Nothing there. It's like, and then I go just start watching Twitch, see what's, you know, who's up. It's just like this sort of like weird cycle of shifting between all three. That's truly how it goes. It's like Reddit, okay, YouTube, okay, Twitch, and then back to Reddit, and then back to YouTube. So bad habit. I just gotta like put the phone far from my bedside and just trust that my alarm will work. I feel like sometimes if I put my phone way too far, I feel like I'd be afraid that my alarm doesn't go off, then I don't wake up in time. That's one thing. Or I had to like check what time it is. I wake up randomly. But I just really gotta put the phone away. And just trust my alarm. You ever had one of those days where your phone have like an iOS update or something, or Android update, but you just realized that it was supposed to automatically restart overnight on its own, but sometimes with iPhones it will get stuck at the Apple logo, so it never really boots, and then your alarm never goes off. That's a nightmare. I've seen it where like right after iOS updates overnight, you wake up and then you power on your phone, or it's supposed to be on already, but for some reason it's off, and then you boot it, and then it's stuck on the Apple logo, and then you have to do this whole ritual just to get it to force it to restart, and then it goes back to normal. But then, you know, you just learned that your alarm never went off. Oh man, that's one of the I'm pretty sure people are afraid of that happening, you know. Absolute balls. I mean, it hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it where like people phone just never go up, where, you know, never boots back. Weird shit. I think that's why for me, like if there's an update overnight, I try to get it updated before I head to bed. Make sure the phone's restarted, and you know.
When I'm ready and not before.
But sometimes it doesn't happen, you know. I mean, unfortunately, it hasn't happened to me, but I mean, I've seen it happen with other users, and that's a nightmare. Like, ah, shoot. Wake up at like 10, and then it's like, oh my god, alarm didn't go off. I was surprised they went for all 3 keys or all 2 keys. I wasn't gonna. Because it's risky. I don't want to run labs again.
Dark influences reside in dark places.
Sanitarium. That goes back. Go the other way. Just gotta head down. And then I should be on the Esper's Plaza. It's the last location before you fight a Zara. Or is the location that you'll fight a Zara. Alright. Let's just get this dude
An
ready.
aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep those promises.
Is there anything I can wear? The air decks? What is this? Strength and intelligence. Increase mana regenerate per power charge. Increase power charge duration.
There it is.
Yellow decks.
Okay.
Wish it were easy
1%
to
of
find
damage
games
taken
you
from mana
love.
from life.
Sports Zaddy. Okay. 62. What is happening here?
Ooh, 67 max life.
YouTube TV has your favorite sports and live TV in one app, so you can
Let's
easily watch the
see.
games you want. Jason, you still here?
Sorry, Rick. West Coast games.
1106, 326. This is about 15, almost 1600. 1400-ish. It's a pretty big life boost. Oh. Let's see. It has pretty decent res on here. Although it's nice to have the extra strength. Let's see, about 1570, right? 1569. That's a lot of max life. 21 core res. Well, shanky it is, I guess.
Empire through troubled waters.
EDM shanties.
Be on your guard.
Oh, I gotta do the
Violence
library.
is delicate.
Franciosa. Ah.
Oh, but my wounds, they require mending.
Oh no. I need to get the multi-totem.
Triumphant at last.
Lieutenant. I was gonna pick up all of these and sell them.
Too much clutter.
They do need the currency.
Before your emperor, you are worthy. Before the goddess of justice, you are worthy. Receive our blessings, embrace our gifts.
Let me get this first,
and
just in case.
rise, Ascendant, for this is the ending that we all deserve.
Probably go with this. I wasn't really gonna build a necromancer. Otherwise, I would have gotten summon scalies or something, or summon inspectors.
Throw off the chains of fear and embrace that which was forbidden.
Alright, let's see. What was the enchantment again? Transfigured gem of the same color. 5% quality to a skill gem. I would rather just add this. I don't want to mess this one up. It'd be cool to see some of the bosses recur, or the recurring bosses in PoE 2. Like seeing a Zara again, that'd be cool. I'm just gonna sell all of this. This Zergels. Spell damage, yes. +1 level of all skill gems. Running damage to melee attackers. Interesting. Not sure what I would build with that, but oh. Fire, cold res, fire damage, what damage to spells and attacks, max ES, increase damage while at it, 5,000, plus 5,000 armor. I think you should wear that. Seems to be pretty helpful. What happened to all the what happened to all the uniques I had? Oh. Eh, why not? I need the cold res. See 246. I think we got everything we need. me just go here and do the cell. I'll just do it now and clear it. I like this artist. Wait. Maybe I should have a hmm. Shadow Rain. Let's see how this album goes. Okay, let's just get rid of these. I need better code res. Fire and cold. Fire is level 20. Pretty low roll. Oh, because these are like level 20 something zone, 25. I don't think there's anything really worth keeping there.
Hello. Go with courage. Hello.
Or maybe I can keep that. Well, the stats aren't that great.
Till next time, shall we keep, Savior? Hello.
Ow. Ah, dang it.
Go with courage. Hello.
Oh, I forgot I can make a prismatic.
Keep your life
Lol.
to your own.
I forgot what the ingredients were. I think you need like two stone rings or something like that. Let's chant it, see what happens. You know what? That wasn't a bad roll. I mean, just for leveling. Like, the cold res was what I needed. Oh, but the fire res is kind of off. Whatever.
Hello.
Wait, I didn't know. Did I have reverb on? I just realized that. Interesting. Oh, ouch. Alright, let's go to the Imperial Gardens and get Siosa. Usually it's like directly left
When I'm ready and not
of the so actually it's a little up ahead. Like it's ahead of the waypoint and then to the left. Like right before the entrance to Dominus. Let's see. I'm correct. Always over here. Is the waypoint right ahead of me? No, it's not. Okay, it's fine.
remember, Dominus. What goes up must come down.
I think I might be going the wrong way. Unless I head down. If I'm lucky, it's connected. It's probably gonna take me to the trials lab. Yeah, usually it's along the path. So I guess it's directly perpendicular to the waypoint, or just on the path of the waypoint. Yeah. Okay, I guess you just follow the path. Alright. Right up. Back. I didn't get the grand
When I'm ready and not
life flask. Must have sold it. Oopsies. Or maybe it didn't combine as I thought. One of them was probably like giant or something rather than colossal. Siosa.
Please.
fortune favor you.
I guess at least it circles back around.
When I'm ready and not before.
By the ire of innocence, this choice carries weight. Prove your worth. By innocence, be... I require only faith. The rest is yours.
That's why I bind the portal button. You can bind it to T or P, but you gotta rebind whatever was there to another button. I just bound whatever was previously B to the comma button. I think that was just events, which I don't really use that often. So
That would just make life complicated.
for B, it's now binded to the portal button. You can do it here. So if you go to options, you go to input, and then I think it was all the way down here. See where it says portal, scroll, click on that, press B and set it, and then events in PvP was already B, so you can rebind that to something else. I just put comma because, as I said, I barely use that key or that interface. Unless you're a PvPer, you probably want to bind it to something closer to your hands. But it doesn't matter to me too much.
Need something? Watch yourself.
Now just go back to the library. Texas Hiosa. Okay, so let's see. I don't need any of that. It's Swift Affliction. Treat a skill when a hex from support skill ends. Sacrifice, focus channeling. Go with Swift Affliction for now. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna set this up because I have such an old build. Maybe some of the support gems that I used to get is outdated, so I might switch it up. Oh right, passive skill tree. Well, let me just check the gear first. Maybe I can replace something like at least the body armor. I was hoping that he would sell like a foil link or something. Like probably that.
There you going.
A foil link. Or ideally like something like this, because this is closest to my level. 38.
Come over here.
Yeah, nothing amazing. If you do see something that is linked with red, green, and blue, probably just buy it like this. Then you can just sell it for chroma orbs. That is as long as it's like cheap. If it's like yellow, it might not be worth it. Cause you might have to buy for an AUG. So you're wasting an AUG for like what you call it? Just to get a chroma orb.
Yes.
I might consider getting this chest piece. I know it's a waste, but I just like seriously need something better.
Stay out of the shadows.
So if you have like a gray item like this, you can always use scraps on it. So I think it used to be like you get for like white items, every time you use a scrap. I think previously it was like it goes up by 5%. All you need to do is use 4, but now it goes up by like more. I think like 6 or something, 6% per orb or scrap used. And then I think the last one gets like 7 or 8 or something. So the quality increases rather dramatically. And then you can always, like, if you really want to, I would suggest just keeping these. But I mean, if you're just using this for leveling, I would probably try these around like Act 6 or something or higher. I mean, if need be, Act like 8, if you can hold off for that long. You can use this. The 4 sockets. Okay. For new players, I suggest don't burning through currency. Just save them all for once you get to the end of the campaign, and when you start gearing for maps. You could even get away with like just regular gear up until like tier 5, and then tier 5 is probably when you want to like start really doing your gear checks. I mean, you could gear check like prior to Katava and X10 if you really need to, but you can get away with just picking up stuff and probably using a few transmute orb or alteration orbs, maybe an AUG orb, but I'd really suggest don't burning through jewels and fusings, horrible bindings, and especially don't burn through chaos orbs. You could use Alcorps here and there, and you can get away with using the transmute and alts and augment, but don't recommend because you're gonna need a lot of alteration orbs to roll your flasks. And Alcorps you want to use those on maps. These ones you want to use on better gear, right? So don't do what I did essentially. 17 to 23 increase any ES. At least I got some life on here. I would prefer more ES and some res on here, but I needed the colors. Like I need these to be linked up. Let me see. Path of building. Sure, I have an old ES build somewhere here. Checking. I kind of wonder if I have, let's see, Google Sheets. Build stats. I still have it. I still have my stats sheets. That's hilarious. I could actually show it 1 second. Let's see. Go back to hideout. Here. Actually, this was like way back. This was like as far as 2016 go. So I actually made a sheet back in the day, and then I made this tab for one of my friends. World of Warcraft here, and then these are all like the mods that you would add to the game. We play a little bit of WoW, and some of these were like the ones that were suggested. So I took note of those. It was pretty interesting. I didn't play WoW too much, but when we tried it, I really want try to get into it. So I added the UI mods and stuff like that. And the big one was the I think it was like the damage meter or something like that. But yeah, this was from PoE. So this is like the 3 builds that I've always worked on was Crit Power Siphon, so Wander essentially, and then ES Wander. Well, it's more like Crit Wander, and then just more like this, spell casting, and then the Discharge build. I think like usually every league I try to level up a character so that it can go towards the cost breeze or COC cast on crit. discharge build, which is very expensive. But yeah, I mean, I think the only for here I put the what you call it, only just the spells that I needed, or the important ones. Cyclone, cast and crit, increase crit strikes, heli focus, conk. But these are probably not the, well, I mean, this is so old that is like it's completely different now. But yeah, I remember trying to put something together. But yeah. Mana heavy, life plus yes. Consistent damage, tapers near Axe 4. Quite effective versus multi. I think it's effective versus multiple targets, but not as strong versus single targets, depending on how you build. But that was back then. But that was based off my build. So there's, you know, there's builds that were like hitting higher, way higher DPS. Mine was not even like anything really compared to what other people were able to make. But yeah. Contagion. Fast guessing. I think this one, I looked at numerous like builds and then just went with like what was the most common skills or like gems to use, and then I just sort of base it off of like a combined. So this was based off other builds essentially, or what was the, you know, the most common part. And then I think I had my own spin to it too. But this one was purely based off other builds. Whether spell totem, increased duration, faster casting. Or you could do increased area. Then this one, cane search, increased duration, spell cascade, void manipulation, control destruction, efficacy, swift affliction, and decay. I think you would switch out decay for empower, from what I remember. I think I have a, say, the essence strain, void, control destruction. Let's pretend I have a rasa, and then it would be efficacy, which I do have, swift affliction, and then probably empower. But if you don't have empower for now, see, not damaging elements on enemies. Launcher. I don't think unbound elements would exactly work, because I mean elements would refer to like poison, freeze, shock, or ignite. And yeah, so I would just put for me I put the K on just temporarily to level, and then if you could get empowered, you probably put that on. But this is generally like the standard setup. This is an old setup though, so it might be different nowadays. I don't remember. But you can just put those 4 on and just, yeah. I think I would probably want to get the decay support gem. I don't know if Siosa has it though. Let's see. I think multis totem I need. Does he have that? No, he doesn't have it. That's probably an X4. Does he have, I'm pretty sure he has decay, but it's probably renamed to something else. Damage. Probably rapid decay or something. Sacrifice. Trigger skill when the hex from support skill ends. Trigger Doom Blast when the hex from support skill ends. Added chaos damage. I think what you would probably look for is added chaos damage to spells, not added chaos damage. I mean, yeah, if the essence drain hits, they'll do like that flat damage, but that's not what you're really looking for. You're looking for damage over time. Let's see. Decay. I know Decay was discontinued, so it became something else. Oh no, it's still available? Never mind. It's in X4. Okay, never mind. Correction, it's still there. The X4. Whatever's. We'll figure it out. Right now, I don't even have the gear to even load up all the skill jumps, so all good. But yeah, I think back then when I used to play a lot of HC, and I tried to participate in some of the races. Obviously, I wasn't quick, so I couldn't stand a chance against like those dedicated, essentially racers or speedrunners. Those guys were fast. By the time you're in like X2, they're already in like, I don't know, X6 or something like that. They're like 2 or 3 acts ahead of you. It's crazy. I know, it's fun times. But yeah, I used to play hardcore.
Hello.
Quite a bit.
Be careful.
Back then. Even though, like, obviously... yeah. Even though I have yet to get to maps without dying. That was a brief moment, I guess. I think the farthest I've got was like level 80 something on Templar.
Everything dies.
Should have it in my character slots. There's always that, like, you know, I think a lot of times my character gets killed as like human error. Like walking into a mob or something, or I don't know, just goofing off. But I mean, it was fun pushing HC. It's that, obviously I was not as skilled as the long time players, or the long time dedicated PoE players. I always thought it was a fun challenge. But I remember, like, I used to watch a lot of Crips video and watch I guess a lot of Matho videos and just try and I think Ziz as well. Just try and get like an idea of how to build. I think one of the more successful build I had was Ziz's Chaos King Nova build. That was probably one of my favorites. Like that one I just like followed his guide as opposed to putting a spin on it. I just like, but it worked out pretty well. The other one was, I think, 2 of my more, or maybe 3 of my more successful build. Okay, so one was the Chaos DK Nova build. There was the Detonate Dead Trapper. That one was pretty fun. And then the cast on crit cost free discharge build. That one I would really push for, and just kept trying to refine it, or just at least trying to get to it. Getting to the build is already like really hard in itself, and I wouldn't have been able to pull it off without one of my friend's assistance, because he helped me get the gear. But yeah, I wasn't able to pull it off solely, you know, just like self found gear or self traded gear.
When I'm ready and not before.
So yeah, that one I got a lot of assistance with. That was pretty cool. The other build that went out pretty well, I would say, was Tectonic Slam. When I did Marauder. That was a lot of fun. And I think usually every season or so I try to do a ES build just to see how it goes. Or Power Siphon build. But I think out of all the builds that I've made that were like completely improvised, I think my most successful one was either was it Vortex? Either Vortex or Cold Snap. I think it was either a self-casting Cold Snap or Vortex totems. Or Cold Snap totems. One or the other. But for that one, I think with a little bit of inspiration from Mattel, but for the most part, very improvised. At least like 80% improvised, just trying to put random stuff together. But yeah, I think by far my Cold Snap build has been that took me the furthest. Just off of like what I learned, I guess, from other creators. I think it's pretty fun just trying to theory craft yourself, even if it maybe fall flat. But every time you like you hit a wall and then you try again, then it's kind of like the fun part about this game is that learning curve. Or like the journey of learning this game. Yeah, this game, I think PoE is probably like, I've always said that it's a game where it's like an acquired taste. Like, it's already in a pretty niche genre, which is the RPGs. I know that Diablo maybe was pretty popular back in the days. And you know, Diablo 2 is probably around that time was probably the golden age of the RPGs, but in this current day and age, I think RPGs are still like not even the top 10 played genres in general. Probably up there is like, I don't know, FPSs and I don't know, MMORPGs or something. But the RPGs has a pretty small player base. It probably saw a huge spike when PoE 2 and Diablo 4 came out, but I think, you know, after a couple months it just sort of winds back down to, you know, just smaller
Tell me you've thought
pool of
this.
players. It's not as huge as it was back then, I guess.
Need something?
But there's like a decent amount of dedicated ARPG players out there. I mean, there's still that PoE 1 community, and then obviously players on PoE 2. But right now, I think more the shift is more focused on PoE 1, and then obviously there's still gonna be there's still a bunch of people playing D4 currently. But there's a lot of intertwining. Like,
you'd bite the master that called you here, witch?
there's a good chunk of D4 player that also plays D2. I mean the PoE 2 here and there, or PoE 1 even. But it's always, I guess it's always interesting to see every, like, you know, 3 months or 4 month cycle to see the player or like the game shift, or you know, sort of like what's the flavor of this cycle? Is it D4? Is it PoE 2, PoE 1? But I mean, at least there's a decent amount of choices now this last epoch. You get this like continuous cycle, or sort of staggered cycle.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, exile?
You never really run out of things to do, I guess.
The touch of God.
But say if PoE 1 is winding down, then now you can probably hop on D4 or hop on last epoch or something. I'm just hoping that there's more more indie titles that come out. I know there's No Rest for the Wicked. I haven't played that yet, but I mean, if you're really into like Souls-like and you like the ARPG style, sort of fused with that, then that's probably as close as you'll get to Souls-like ARPG. No Rest for the Wicked. I think the second place would probably be PoE 2 in terms of like
I need more mana.
the mechanic, but I don't know which one necessarily is more difficult than the other, but I think No Rest for the Wicked was built specifically to play like a Souls-like game, whereas like PoE 2 is more like inspired by, I guess. 1792, 1654. Say 2, 3, 3, 54, 65. Okay, one's a little bit more balanced.
See where it comes from.
I think despite the setbacks, I hope GGG continue pushing at it with PoE 2. I know that the game's sort of at its low point, but it's slowly coming back, I guess. I know they got brigaded pretty hard, or not brigaded, but like, what's the word for it? Review bombed pretty hard a couple months ago. But now that that's sort of like slowed down, then what you call it? Just as long as the developers keep at it and just keep trying to improve it, it should be fine. I mean, right now it's in early access after all, but I think that maybe when one of the interviews that the devs did with one of the streamers, like, the response was kind of lackluster, so they rubbed the community the wrong way, and then the game got review bombed pretty hard. But I think that And usually from, just based off of GG's past, and usually bounce back.
When I'm ready, and not before.
I mean, hopefully the dev team's not too like demoralized, right? Just temporary setbacks. It's a good time to just reevaluate the design choices and stuff like that. Still plenty of time. I mean, we're still early access. There's plenty of room for improvement. So right now, PoE 2 is not looking like the trending thing right now. It's PoE 1 or Diablo 4. I think crazy thing about D4 is that it fizzles out really quickly. Like as soon as the season drops, I think after like maybe the first 3 weeks, players lose interest pretty quickly. It's kind of scary. That's something I worry about with PoE 1. It's like, how do they intend on retaining the player base for at least 3 months or so until the cycle ends? Because usually the player drops off after 1 month. From what I've seen. So it's always this like constant like cycle of, surge in players but then drop off after a month. But I feel like that might be with just a lot of games too. But that's kind of the thing with having a game on a 3 to 4 month cycle. Maybe they could do like 3-4 month cycle rather than 3-4 month cycle. But then, if it's gonna be 3-4 month cycle, it has to be, fairly sizable league or expansion, if you will, of the game. That way, there's more time for the developers to work on it, rather than try and push, like a deadline. But I guess that's up to the devs what they want to do. I think the thing with these leagues is they need to be like engaging, and it's a very like tricky or balancing act. You don't want something that, I think the more successful leagues usually is the one to where it's like on the way but not out of the way. If that makes sense. Like if they had to go somewhere just to do the league, I think most players prefer, like, for example, Breach or Legacy. I mean, not Legacy, Breach or Legion. It's like on the way, right? Like you encounter it on the way and you can complete it as you go. But whereas, like, for example, Synthesis or something, you kind of have to go out your way. But I guess that's not always the case for, like, I think Delph was pretty successful. Or people liked it. So, and that is out of the way, right? Because you have to go to the mines to do the encounters. The mechanic that is on the way is just getting the self fight, I guess. But I think a lot of people liked Breach, they liked Legion. What else? I think a lot of people didn't like Lake of Kalandra. I didn't really get to go that far in, so I don't know what to say about it. I'm not sure how people liked Scourge.
I have seen.
Or Sanctum.
You are.
Anything you need, just...
I guess I didn't play long enough to get a feel of it. I play like, I think for me, usually I play like the first half, a little bit of prior to mapping, and then maybe up to like T5 or 6, and then I sort of just drop off from there.
Our hopes are with you.
I am Ice. The Reds.
I think for me, usually like if I hit like a damage wall or a defense wall where like I can't sustain, I get too lazy to rebuild the character because of the expense of it. I start a new one. But
What is it, exile?
I should probably just focus on just, you know,
You will
figure
be
out how
remote.
to
What do you need now?
build properly so that I don't run into that issue, you know, by the time I get to end game. And that's what build guides are for, right? It's like to prevent you from like
Can we be of help?
screwing up. But I guess you can approach it that way. Like you can just follow the guide and just, you know, be steered in the right direction as you go. Or the other way is to just figure it out and hit multiple dead ends, but you know, every single time you learn something different. I would suggest like at least once in a while trying to follow, for especially for like new players or incoming players, probably at least once in a while follow a guide just to make sure, you know, you're steered in the right direction rather than going like the hard route. Oh, I forgot about this. So I do get the ascendancy point here from the labs. Kind of want to just see what we have here. I know that I'm supposed to get a lot more ES nodes. So right now I only just got like life nodes, but some of these have like both life and ES. Like for example, this 10% increase ES, 10% increase max life. I don't plan on doing just a straight up ES only build. But yeah, this node is pretty worth it. If you can find something similar to this, I could always spec out of this, but I think I kind of like the ES region. I mean the mana region from this tree. Okay, let's see here. Starting from left to right. So these are pretty new. Energy show curse effect 6% increase max ES, 5% increase effect of your curses. You can apply an additional curse. Your hexes can affect hexproof enemies. Okay. 6% increase max energy show, increase effect of your curses. Curse enemies you or your minions kill have 50% chance to explode, dealing quarter of the max life as chaos damage. That's pretty good for clearing. Code chaos, yes. Nearby enemies have negative 20%. Cold res, negative 20% to chaos res. Nearby enemies have 100% reduced life regen. 10% increase chaos damage, 6% increase max NES. This honestly seems decent. Being able to reduce the enemy's chaos res and reduce their life regen, that's pretty helpful. Plus 60% to chaos res, 15% more chaos damage. Every second, inflict withered on nearby enemies for 5 seconds. Nearby hindered enemies deal 50% reduced damage over time. This is a pretty good defensive slash debuff style set of nodes. Cannot be chilled, cannot be frozen. 15% more cold damage. Every 4 seconds, 50% chance to freeze nearby non-frozen enemies for 0.4 seconds. Nearby enemies deal 10% reduced damage when with hits. I'm not sure if there's any reliable chaos to cold conversion, but that'd be pretty interesting. They cannot be chilled and frozen is pretty helpful. Arc, spell arc. You still have that funny looking mask on. Okay. So this, I think this one I will unlikely be doing. So Frigid Wake, probably won't get that. So it's not really focusing on cold damage. This one looks interesting, Withering Presence and Void Beacon. Because this helps essentially weaken the enemies, right? Like sort of debuff them or reduce their resistance. That way you essentially doing better damage against them. But then this one, it's pretty defensive, right? More chaos res, slightly more chaos damage. But the important piece here is the hindered and withered. So I guess withered sort of slows them down, I guess, or whatever. And nearby hindered enemies deal 15% reduced damage over time. So if you can somehow hinder them, then it helps with your defenses because they're doing reduced damage towards you. Withered. Where's my withered totems? Cast debilitating debuff on enemies, hindering them. So withered can hindering their movement and also inflicts the withered debuff, which increases chaos damage they take. So not only helps doing more damage against them, but it also slows them down. That's actually a decent, especially if you want a little bit more defense. Okay, so I think these three are kind of up for grabs, and this. I think you only get up to 8 points, right? So 2. So normal, cruel, merciless, and Uber, I guess. So 2 points each. Get 8 points to use. Regenerate 100 ES per second. Cannot be stunned while he have energy shield. Max ES is increased by chance to block spell damage. Pretty good defensive node. increase the area of effect per power charge, increase damage per power charge, any power charge after spending a total of 30%. Mana plus 1 to max power charges. I probably won't get this, so I won't get Frigid Wake and I won't get Forbidden Power. Because I'm not like going for like crit or anything. I'm going for damage over time. I'm not really working on like hit damage. I'm working on like, yeah, essentially chaos damage over time. So power charges, power charge, yeah, I think that's more for like on hit, like if you're doing like flat damage rather than like percent damage or something. I don't know. I just know that that's something that I might not really need. So these 4, 1, 2 are looking decent. So if I had to spend 2 points, if I want to go defensive, I probably get these 2, and then 1, 2, 3. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. I guess this is more offense, more quality of life, because 50% chance. This is for like wave clearing essentially. So if I'm going for survivability, I'd probably want Void Beacon, Withering Presence, Vile Bastion, and Unholy Authority. If I'm going for like more damagey stuff, probably this and this. But I think that I can do about this, and I'll be fine. Although, increase area of effect and increase damage, pretty useful. You could maximize more power charge, and you just get more or a 6% increase per power charge. So if you get like 6 charges, or can rack up 6 charges, then you get 36% increased damage globally. And this is nice to have. Kill, have 50s. This is good for like, yeah, as I said, it's good for like clearing, but if you're dealing with like boss fights, it's not really gonna help you. I think I would rather like focus on the defensive stuff. So cannot apply additional curses. Your hexes can affect hexproof enemies. I guess depending on how you set up the curses, this can be pretty useful. So you can apply 3 curses on an enemy. I think you can already apply 2 at a time, or is it just 1? I don't remember. If it's only just 1, then now you can apply, a second one or something. But I think this one I would probably want to get first. I think this would go a long way. So I'd probably go here and then get Withering Presence. And then later on I would, so this for normal labs, and then get this for cruel. And then probably, or I can get this for cruel. I guess one or the other. For example, if I get this for cruel, then get this for merciless, and then get this last one for Uber Labs to just help with defenses. I guess the way I'm building this is how I might do it in HC, like not straight up glassy, and try and balance between defenses and damage. Passives or gearing. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm like half asleep. See, that's what happens when you jump straight into a game after your shift ends. It's like, how much percent of your brain are you really using? Like 50%. That's where I'm at right now. It's like, as soon as I get off my shift and I go straight into a game, I'm like, only have like half my brain power left. It's 8 hours a day, and then after that it's like an additional like 4 to 5 hours of gaming. So that's really pushing it. So that's why it's kind of hard to play HC, because like, especially if you're coming off of like a shift, and then you play HC and you tend to make mistakes when you're like half asleep. Or like simple mistakes that cost you your character. Yeah, it happens a lot. Or at least to me. If we're gonna do AC again, I'd probably like keep it on the weekend sort of thing. That way I'm fully like awake and aware. I'm less prone to mistakes. So I'm not like sleep deprived or anything. Sometimes. Okay, so it's about that time.
Some things belong on the big screen.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to head out at 10 o'clock, but it's 10:23, so yeah, I gotta head out. But I guess we left off on Act 4. I'm like so behind. I mean, by this time, when did this league came out? Secrets of the Alice. Release date June 13th, so that was like almost a month ago. I mean, most people would probably be in like X10 by like, I don't know, the second day, essentially. I think the more experienced players would probably be in X10 by like, especially those that participate in like the race, would probably be there by like a day and a half or something. And the more like super skilled racers or speedrunners would probably get to X10 in like at least under 24 hours. But that's if you really pushing it. I probably wouldn't be able to do that. It takes me like at least 2 days, and that's with me trying to push as fast as possible. Get sacked 10. Just maybe I had the energy back then, but yeah, currently I don't. I think for me on average it takes me like 3 to 4 days. With like, I mean, if it's like a weekday and that's like 4 hours per day, then it'd probably take me like 4 to 5 days. But if it's like, say for example, it's like a weekend, like a long weekend, and I push like 12 hours, maybe I'd get it done in 2 days or less. But that's if I'm pushing it. But that would have been back then. But now I'm just like slow walking it. Yes. I don't know, I just like taking my time. Like even though it's not really a casual game, but I just approach it casually. But yeah. I don't know, I just don't like to stress over a game. Maybe back then when I played like HC, I used to really like focus hard on it, but I just don't have that same energy. Anyways, yeah, I'll try to be on tomorrow. Just try and get a night's rest. I gotta make sure, hopefully he's not too busy tomorrow. I gotta sleep early, and if I'm well rested, I guess trek along and resume are trying to finish the remaining acts, or at least get to Act 8 by tomorrow, right? Honestly, I'd probably only be up to like Act 7 at best.
What do you want?
Maybe I can find decent gear or something. 39. Ooh.
Yes.
39.
What do you need now?
Usually if you're gonna buy from the vendor, you probably want to buy something as close as possible to your level. So if you're gonna be buying like white gear or gray gear, first you look at first you need to know what like base gear you want. For me, it's mostly ES and preferably blue sockets, and then next would be the level, right? You want something close to your level, and obviously the vendor gear or whatever they sell is limited to the zone. So in Act 4 right now,
What do you want?
the gear is around like level 40-ish or so, anywhere between 30 to 40. So you're looking for, if you're on track, then by the time you hit Act 4, you'd probably be 39 to 40 or so. But maybe, for example, I want to get this, right? Even though it's gray, I can enchant it. And it didn't really cost a whole lot, it's just one transmute orb. This one looks decent, but it's only level 33. I mean, yeah, you can roll it and probably get something better than this. But you don't want to spend too much currency on this, right? Because you're going to replace it with something level 40. But if you really need to, like, your gear is way so under leveled, you can probably get that temporarily. Maybe we want like a sorcerer boot or something, but basically you're gonna try and roll a move speed on there ideally. I guess I can put this on just for now. I'm gonna use like some low cost orb or something. So this one I would probably want to alch since it's closer towards my level. I probably would want to, I mean, everything here is I probably want to replace. Maybe I hold on to the 2-stone, this unique one, for a little while. But I mean, eventually all of this gear and weapon is gonna be replaced.
Yes.
I want to get a better
Yes.
life pot. Replace that. So I should be on Grand by now. Grand Mana Flask. Oh no, I should be on Hallowed actually. Oops. What did I just... Lol. I went backwards. I went Grand first. I was supposed to... So it goes Grand and then Colossal and then I believe Hallowed? Right? No, there's usually something in between here. I forgot what it was. I think it goes Giant, Grand, or Grand, then Giant, then Colossal, and then Sacred, and then Hallowed. So I should have been on Sacred by now. That's big whoopsies on my part.
What do you want?
Yeah, that's
What is it? What is it, X?
I guess that happened.
Do you need help with something?
Relax, sleep. I guess same thing here with the weaponry. Just go with what base weapon you need, plus the level that's closest to your character level. So, for example, here I probably want to go with like a level 40 wand if possible. I mean, if you're gonna enchant it, obviously buy a gray one, ideally with as much sockets available as possible with the right colors. So for me, it'd be blue, and then the max you can get in terms of sockets for one-hander for regular items is 3. You probably want like this or something, and then you could just roll the green socket to blue. So maybe you can buy this for fairly cheap, like 1 transmutation orb. You could technically buy this magic item and regal it, but I don't think it would be worth it. So I'd usually just go for like a gray item and just roll from there. So maybe I'd get like something like this, red. Might as well buy this too. I'm about to hit level 42. I can get my at least my mana flask, and then
Yes.
I think I'm not sure if you can technically. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think you can re-roll the base. You just wait until it resets the vendor.
Yes.
And then you can
Yes.
try and buy the pots from there. Yes.
You will be remembered.
Alright, so I can try to roll these just to sort of like show. So with like gray items, you probably wanna use the whetstones. You don't want to burn to them though, so try to use them sparingly. And then I think essences, usually you just don't get anything that amazing this early on, but you can try to use your essence to at least guarantee that it's going to be a rare. Either that, or you can use the Alcorb. But the question is, what do you want to use it on? It seems to me that maybe I would want to use this on the one-hander and try at least get guaranteed spell damage, increased spell damage. So something like that. I guess this is decent, but I don't need the increased fire damage, and I don't need the adds 22 to 38 fire damage to spells. But it's still gonna help anyways, right? Because I guess you can, like, any sort of additive, like, adds X to Z, or X to Y damage to spells would help anyways. Like if it's whether it's added like 25 to 38 cold damage or fire damage or lightning damage, it'll still do add damage to your thing. But I think for me, preferably ideally for this, you'd want increased spell damage, obviously, chaos damage over time multiplier, increased chaos damage, and then adds, I don't know, like something to something chaos damage to spells, ideally. And then I would remove the reduce attributes requirement, and then add some sort of multiplier. I mean, this is just for leveling, but this is sort of an example of what you're looking for. So yeah, if I could replace the fire damage with whatever currency I have and replace it with chaos damage, that'd be perfect. But right now you're just limited, especially during the leveling phase. So I think this is a decent roll for what it is, and just for leveling. It's definitely gonna boost my damage from whatever this crappy blue gear is. So I'll take it for now. You can always link these up, but I wouldn't do that. That'd be a waste. Because this one will eventually be replaced. I mean, it'll probably take you to like, I don't know, X6 maybe. But it's gonna taper off eventually, so yeah. I'll just keep that there for now. Um, you sort of do similarly with the armor gear for your clothing. Just armor scrap. Then I think once it applies 7%, another 7%. Then I guess if you do one more time, then it's gonna apply another 7%, and that caps it out at 20%. Some regular gray gear. Right now I don't really have anything great in terms of like ES or Essence currency. So if I were to put any of these on this gear, it's gonna be really low roll. So if you look at the top where it says properties restricted to levels blah 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 and below, so you probably want to, for this one you could technically put it on, so for items 40 something and below, but if you look where it says armor 11 to max ES, that's pretty low roll. And this one is for if you look at where it says, I guess this essence is more for like weaponry. It's better for weaponry. The roll is better. And this one is, I guess this weapon I guess this works better for similarly weaponry as well. You could put on the boots, but I think this works better on like your staff or wand if you have one. So I wouldn't use the ES for this in this instance. I would use a Orb of Alchemy and hope that it rolls. So this is not really a good roll, right? What we're looking for is plus something to max life, or at least to ES, and then increased max life or increased energy shield. So the roll here is obviously pretty bad, but right now, since pretty much this entire set of gear is like really crappy, minus the unique, pretty much all of this is replaceable. So I guess pretty much anything than this works for now. But yeah, I mean, this is only a 49 ES for a level 39 item, so not that great. But right, this one is only ES 12, right, energy shield of 12. So for now, might as well just wear it. Same thing here. This one's only 49. So I mean, just putting in just armor. This counts as armor, but yeah, I guess anything else works better than this magic shield that I've had for a while. I usually just put the mobility skill gem on my second, or what you call it, the right side hand. So the pretty much the first set, and then the shield hand essentially. I usually put it. You can either put it on the wand or the primary weapon, or you can just put it on a shield. It doesn't really matter. Or you can even put it on like the boot. But I think for the most part, if you're gonna use like a mobility, like a blink or a dash, I think at most you should only really need to socket 2 support gems to it, like faster casting or inspiration or something. So that's why I put it on the one-hander, ready to shoulder the weapon. If it's like a 6-socket, like 2-handed items, then I probably would not put my mobility on there. I would instead put it on one of the other 4-link gears or something. But yeah, I think for Frostblink is a little bit different situation. So you'd probably want, if you have like Flame Dash, or teleport or whatever, then you'd probably put like faster casting and maybe inspiration or something that lets you regen mana. But for Frostblink, it's a little bit different. You'd probably put Arcane Surge and inspiration. So I think that I guess faster casting might work, but it doesn't really help a whole lot.
Yes.
Frostblink is a little bit different. So you would probably, for me, I would want to roll blue, blue, and red or something. But I'll work off that for now. This is really low level. You replace the gloves. I guess I just rolled this chest piece, so I guess that's for now fine. Obviously, I want to re-roll the stats on here. Same thing with the helmet. Like it's on level. It's just that the stats aren't that great. But these ones are super low level, so I definitely want to replace those. Like this one, I want preferably a sorcerer
Do you need help with something?
boot.
Good luck.
What is it?
I guess later on, once you get like past X10 to maps, you either go like for a fuel, like how do you say, like a pure base item. Like for example, this boot, I'd probably want like a full-on like ES boot, like whatever the base is. I don't remember what it's called. Arcanist boots or something. You can get away with like a hybrid helmet or glove, depending on how you're building. But since my character is just gonna be mostly intelligence based, it's just gonna be all ES base gear with like blue sockets. But some builds may require you to get like a hybrid style or so, or even hybrid boots. But for me, fortunately, it's a very simple build, so just going for ES base gear or gear that has energy shield, because they'll guarantee roll blue or green.
Yes. What is it, exile?
Should probably put this here just so that I don't sell it by accident. Anyway, so we're gonna leave off here. But we got somewhere. Slowly but surely. I think 2 deaths so far, so not too bad. Let's go to the... Oh, it looks better than what I had earlier in terms of like that weird mask. Still have the boots are almost like non-existent. Anyways, yeah. Fun game, fun game. But yeah, I gotta head out. I'm really tired. Now, starting to kick in. I guess that's kind of what I need. You know, just exhaust. So I didn't ended up napping today after my shift, my regular shift. So that was intentional. Like if I would have napped after work, I end up waking up like 9, 10, and then I can't fall back asleep until like 12, like past midnight or so. It's bad. So instead, just force myself to stay awake and then be exhausted. Pretty much like exhaust myself and then force myself to sleep early. But anyways, we're kind of late, so anyways, I'll try to be on tomorrow. Y'all have a good night, and yeah. I might have to remove the first VOD because obviously copyrighted music. Plus, I was muted. We'll see. We'll see. It depends. Man, annoying, but whatever. It's not like I really got much done there anyways, but yeah, I'll worry about that tomorrow. Yeah. Have a good night. Peace.